Right. Getting everything set up. And ready to go. Happening here. Sounds pretty good from what I hear. So create broadcast on X. Get Twitch up and running. Make a post. From YouTube. Okay, let's check out the audio and then make a post. Sounds good. X sounds good. X sounds. Rumble sounds good. X sounds and Twitch sounds good, so I'm gonna mute out. I'll put some I can't do that. Hold on. I will actually I could if I put an image in there. I will put some music in until I get everything sorted and ready to go. Let's see here. Alright, let's see. Figuring out what it is I want to put on there. Here we go. I'll give you guys some music since you guys are into gaming. I know you want to hear this. I will be back. before I step away to get everything ready, I want to also mention that I do have Discord and Skype open, so if anybody wants to come in and join, they're more than welcome to. I'll start my stream in 14 minutes. It's on the hour, so I'll be back. Alright, so I have come back and we have got everything set up so far. So now I've just got to switch back over to my voice or audio visualizer, and I'll be ready to go. I almost forgot the coffee. I was like, just got back in front of the computer and I forgot that I had my coffee going. So oh, hello Bob Dub, I didn't see you in there.
Hey, I just came in. I was wondering if you could hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I just wanted to look.
Okay. I'm getting ready to start my stream here in a minute, so I'm just setting up.
Okay. So I'm just gonna mute and hang around, hey?
Okay. Alright. So here we go. I have both Discord and oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. I have both Discord and Skype open on the VoIP, so if anybody wants to join in, they're more than welcome to. And I have 1 minute left, so I'll do a quick check on everything. Looks like everything's still up and going, looking good, so I will go ahead and end this music and we will start the show. So first let me unmute. Yeah, I had it muted while I was doing everything, so I have it unmuted on Skype. I'm gonna keep muted on Discord, so if anybody does actually come in, I'm probably gonna stop that one from going. So here we go. I do my countdown. 3, 2, 1, now. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Home Away from YouTube. I'm Infamous OG 1973. Everybody usually calls me Infamous or Roger. Either one, it doesn't matter. Today I am doing another episode pertaining to gaming, and this should be, I believe, the 5th episode. I'm not quite sure. Today I'm gonna get into cloud gaming because I've been rambling on about it for quite some time, and I finally took out enough time to start doing some research on it, and getting it done. I'm kind of glad nobody's actually wanted to talk. We got Bob Dub listening. She's lurking in the background, but she said she's going to mute out, so it'll give me a chance to kind of go over some of the information I pulled up when it comes to this game clouding, or cloud gaming. This is basically an in-depth exploration of technology, the infrastructure, and the innovation that goes on behind it. So with that, I'm just gonna freaking read the information I got, because I do have quite a bit of it I pulled together, and I want to just go ahead and go over it because I find this pretty interesting. I think it's probably one of the biggest deals they've come out with when it comes to the gaming industry out of everything. I've mentioned before about Activision with their acquisition, and how the EU insisted on Xbox and Microsoft having the cloud gaming as being a part of the deal before Activision could be bought, and so because if they didn't accept the terms, then they wouldn't have been able to distribute their games in Europe, so I found that interesting. That's what really sparked my attention to this, so that's the reason why I decided to do this. So here goes. The advent of cloud gaming represents a monumental shift in the gaming industry, leveraging remote servers and advanced streaming technologies to deliver high-quality gaming experiences across devices. This technology allows gamers to stream games requiring minimum hardware investment on their end, as high-performance servers handle the complex computations. Cloud gaming appeals to casual and dedicated players, making high-end gaming possible without investing in gaming consoles or high-powered PCs. This article dives into the technology, infrastructure, and companies that power cloud gaming and explains how it overcomes challenges like latency and bandwidth. Cloud gaming primarily relies on cloud-based servers to render game graphics and execute processing tasks. This is a major shift from traditional gaming, where all processing is done locally on the player's device. In cloud gaming, high-performance servers equipped with powerful CPUs, GPUs, and memory are stationed in centralized data centers. The video output is streamed to the player's device over the internet, while players' inputs are sent back to the server in real time. Services like NVIDIA, GeForce Now, Microsoft's Xbox Cloud Gaming, and Google Studios or Stadia are examples of platforms that deliver games this way. Each platform aims to provide higher resolution graphics, rapid response times, and support for AAA games. Although the server renders and processes game data, the player's device displays the visuals and processes input. This approach also allows seamless updates, avoiding local downloads and patches. Additionally, data centers worldwide have been established by companies like Microsoft, Azure, Google Cloud, and Amazon Web Services, AWS, to bring the cloud gaming infrastructure closer to users. Data centers equipped for cloud gaming house thousands of servers with specialized hardware to support the intense requirements of modern gaming. The facilities need sufficient resources, including power, cooling, and network infrastructures, to sustain continuous operation and heavy workloads. These centers are distributed globally to reduce latency by ensuring users connect to a nearby server. Data centers are typically located in regions with high gaming populations to provide low latency connections. Microsoft Azure, for instance, has centers across the Americas, Europe, Asia, and Oceania. Google and Amazon also have facilities across major regions. For instance, Microsoft's data centers in the United States are located in Virginia, Texas, and California, among others. Similarly, Google Cloud and AWS have data centers in locations like Dublin, Mumbai, Sydney, and Singapore. The hardware in these centers include high-performance GPUs and CPUs from companies like NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. NVIDIA's A100 GPUs are commonly used in cloud gaming due to their power and efficiency, optimized for parallel processing tasks essential for rendering. AMD's Radeon Pro series and Intel's Xeon CPUs also support large-scale game processing with high bandwidth and multitasking capabilities. In cloud gaming, GPUs handle real-time rendering, while the CPUs manage game logic and user input. The cloud infrastructure often includes NVMe SSD to ensure faster loading times, reducing in-game delays. Now that right there is good information to know, because I know, like, I enjoy building computers and stuff on my own, and like that's pretty much the way I would want to do this. I'd like to set it up with this is a lot of good stuff. So later on I might go back through and look at all of this and see what the price ranges are, because I know this has to be some serious hardware. But yeah, that's pretty good. I just now started getting into the habit of using AMD though, but Intel, they even have an option for that. But I'm kind of liking AMD as well. But I'll check that out too. Now Nvidia, I've noticed that they've become a pretty big player in the game as well. Like, they've got a lot of things going on there with their information. I never even thought they were that big until I started checking out the stuff on the Activision transaction that took place. I didn't even know. I know my son was talking about using NVIDIA to use it for my streaming instead of OBS, but for me, I like using OBS, so I don't see how NVIDIA's streaming would make a big difference, other than it makes it easier, but other than that, I mean, I'm fine with OBS. Just figured I'd put that in there because that's pretty good stuff. So now I'll go on further. Streaming high-end games requires robust adaptive streaming to adjust the quality based on the available internet bandwidth. Adaptive streaming modifies video resolution in real time, allowing smooth gameplay despite fluctuations in the internet connection. For example, if a player's internet speed suddenly drops, the resolution may temporarily reduce to prevent lag and frame drops. Technologies like H.265 HEVC compression are used to lower the data size, enabling high-resolution streaming without overloading the network. Companies like Twitch and YouTube also use more responsive adaptation to maintain gameplay integrity. Like whenever I stream, that's what I use too, is the H.265. HEVC, I'm not quite sure if I use that, but I know H.265 is the standard pretty much with streaming when it comes to using OBS. It's the most common use. I've actually had talks with people recently whenever they were setting up their OBS, and they asked which one to use, and that's the one I usually recommend. It's pretty good setup when you go into your OBS. But this whole high resolution thing where they have resolution and to prevent frame drops or drop frames. I don't know about all that, because I do know that that also causes stress on your computer whenever you just do it here at home, you know what I mean? So I could imagine how much stress they're actually getting, even though it is a stronger computer system, you know what I mean? I can almost imagine it's got to be hell keeping those freaking frames from dropping. That's pretty cool. So the quality of cloud gaming is highly dependent on internet speed, with minimal requirements generally ranging from 10 megabytes per second to 10 megabytes per second for 720p, streaming to around 35 megabytes per second for 4K gaming. Stability and consistency are equally important. Most platforms recommend a low latency connection under 20 milliseconds and minimal packet loss. Many platforms also prioritize advanced network routing. Partners with internet service providers or ISPs to optimize the paths of data taken between the user and data center. This minimizes latency and reduces jitter, providing a smoother experience for players. 5G technology and fiber optic networks are increasingly enabling high-speed internet with low latency, a crucial improvement for cloud gaming. With 5G, average download speeds can exceed 200 megabytes per second, and latency can be reduced to single digits, which is optimal for real-time gameplay. Fiber optic technology offers similar speeds and consistency, allowing cloud gaming to reach broader audiences and provide a better experience. Latency, the delay between a player's input and the server's responses, is one of the primary technical challenges in cloud gaming. Minimizing latency is crucial for responsiveness, especially for genres like first-person shooters or racing games, where split-second reactions are critical. Low latency is achieved through a combination of geographically distributed data centers, fast internet connection, and advanced network routing protocols. Companies employ various methods to reduce latency. One, there's edge computing. Now, edge computing allows some processors to occur closer to the user, reducing the distance that data has to travel. Amazon and Microsoft have invested in edge computing facilities within major cities, aiming to cut latency by routing data through nearby servers instead of distant data centers. 2, there's advanced network routing protocols. By optimizing how data packets travel, network routing protocols decrease the distance and time data needs to travel between the user and the data center. Specialized algorithms determine the quickest path, while data compression reduces the packet size, further speeding up the process. Google's quick UDP internet connection is an example of a protocol designed for low latency streaming. And then 3, you have data compression techniques. Compression methods like H.265 reduce the data size while maintaining quality and allowing a smoother streaming experience over bandwidth limited connections. Cloud gaming platforms incorporate real-time compression algorithms that ensure minimal data is sent without sacrificing visual fidelity. That's pretty much considered drop frames. So that's what they're talking about when they say fidelity. Okay, so adaptive streaming, advanced routing, and data compression techniques work together to provide seamless gameplay. Adaptive streaming adjusts resolution based on the user's bandwidth, allowing uninterrupted gameplay during temporary bandwidth dips. For example, GeForce Now can lower the streaming resolution to keep gameplay smooth during low bandwidth and rise it back up when the connection stabilizes. Network routing is equally important. Most platforms partner with ISPs to secure priority paths for data, ensuring efficient routing. This reduces both the physical distance and congestion of the network, improving stability and reducing lag. Google Stadia, for example, leverages Google's infrastructure and undersea fabric optic cables to achieve a high-speed network backbone that serves players globally. Data compression in cloud gaming goes beyond traditional video compression. It also includes real-time input-output data compression. By reducing data packet size without affecting input responsiveness, compression algorithms allow commands to be sent and received faster, making gameplay more responsive. NVIDIA GeForce Now, Microsoft Xbox Cloud Gaming, and Google Stadia are pioneers in cloud gaming, each with distinct advantages. NVIDIA's GeForce Now uses NVIDIA RTX GPUs to support ray tracing, a high-end feature for enhanced visuals. Microsoft's Xbox Cloud Gaming is integrated with the Xbox Game Pass library, making a broad range of games accessible. Google's Stadia was one of the first platforms to offer 4K streaming, backed by Google's robust cloud infrastructure. Emerging players include PlayStation Now, Amazon Luna, and Tencent Start, each offering unique features. PlayStation Now includes backward capability for legacy PlayStation titles, while Amazon Luna utilizes AWS infrastructure for its services. Tencent Start is a popular choice in China, optimized for the Asian market and powered by Tencent's extensive network and data centers. Now, ray tracing is something that I find pretty interesting. On my on Blender, whenever I do graphics on there, I've figured out how to set up ray tracing on that, and at one time I actually explained to my son about what ray tracing was, because I had messed around with it when it comes to playing around with Inkscape and photos, and then converting those into images that I could put on my Blender and make into like graphics and stuff. So it's pretty interesting how the structure of these of ray tracing is. That's actually pretty cool stuff. My son James was real big on it. He kept always talking about it, and I was like, man, I've been messing around with that for years now. Like, that's good stuff. So I have a really hard time, not liking the cloud gaming network, to be honest with you. I'm suspicious of it still, because it's reached so much clout that it's become something that's a political issue, you know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, it all really sounds pretty good, pretty solid. They're actually working on latency and things of that nature, so I think that's pretty cool. So now, the potential of cloud gaming is immense, and with advancements in AI, 5G, and edge computing, we can expect even more responsive and immersive experiences. AI can be used to enhance game graphics on the fly or improve adaptive streaming algorithms, further reducing latency. Additionally, as 5G networks expand, mobile cloud gaming will become more viable, allowing players to access high-quality games anywhere. Challenges remain, however, as not all areas have access to high-speed internet, and there are infrastructure limitations in regions without 5G or fiber optic networks. Furthermore, data privacy and security are critical concerns, as cloud gaming platforms store user data remotely, which could be vulnerable to cyber threats. Now, when it comes to a lot of that, I do agree on the whole point of the cybersecurity part, and I feel pretty suspicious about their motives behind it too, because why is it that they want you to get on this cloud and get these games instead of having it downloaded onto your computer? Because like when I have it downloaded on my computer, that's mine, you know what I mean? I don't have to go on to any kind of network to play that game. So if I turn around and I do something to where that platform, bans me, I'm screwed over on this game that I just paid $65 for, That's the one thing that I really don't, well, unless they allow you to have the game on your computer and you can play it offline, maybe that'd be cool, but I haven't messed around with this cloud gaming at all, so I don't know for sure if that would be one of the options they have, but that would be something that I would have an issue with, and even when it comes to downloading games directly off of the internet, I'm seeing less and less game stores where you can actually go in and actually buy a physical video game that you can put in a console or you can put on a computer. They're becoming less and less. It seems like everything that has to go through the internet, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the VoIP on Discord because I'm pretty much a half an hour in and nothing is popping up, so let me go ahead and shut that VoIP down. We're at 24 minutes, and with that I'm going to read the last of it. So, cloud gaming has transformed the gaming landscape by offering accessibility, versatility, and convenience through powerful servers, adaptive streaming, and optimized networks. Companies have made it possible to enjoy high-end games across various devices without needing costly hardware. As technology continues to evolve, cloud gaming is poised to become an even more integral part of the gaming ecosystem, breaking down barriers and bringing games to a broader audience worldwide. Now, with latency, they mentioned up here, just right here, where they still have challenges and everything because of the limitations in regions without 5G and fiber optic networks. That's another thing. Like people who have internet through satellites, I can see them having an issue with it because latency is a really, really big problem. I remember the first time I tried to get satellite internet, it was through HughesNet. They actually told me when I got it that I wasn't able to stream on that with them as an internet provider because I wasn't able to do it because of the package that I had, and that pissed me off. So I went and I checked it out, and it had nothing to do with my package whatsoever. It was the fact that they just could not do it. I'm here in southern Illinois, I mean, the town I live in has maybe about 3,000 people in it, maybe more, but it's a small town, and we don't have very good internet. For me, I think the best I can get on internet is maybe 35,000 millibytes per second with upload speeds. And there's people out there, they can get a lot more upload speed than what I can, that are closer to the cities and they're closer to all of this, are closer to access on a lot of these places. So that's one disadvantage. my nephew Jake, he finally built his own computer, and I was telling him the whole time, I'm like, you know what really sucks is you put all this money into your computer, you build it up, and you get it all nice, and you're still screwed over because it all comes down to the internet provider. You know, if your internet provider can't provide the amount of frickin' millibytes per second on the upload speed, then you're screwed. You're just completely screwed, you know. It's going to cause you a lot of problems with latency and stuff of that nature. So with me, I noticed that that was a big issue that I was having, you know. And I still work on that today, where I have to, and that's for streaming. That's not even for gaming. That's just getting on here and doing these streams. And drop frames is an issue no matter what you're doing. You have to really work on that and try to get something going. I will come on here and see if we've got anybody in the chats, which I usually don't, so it's fine. I can check that out. Now, Bob put comments here in Skype, so I can read that. And I guess, yeah, she was just mentioning whenever I brought that up. She said yes, and Rumble. That is true on Rumble, especially. It's a big deal. But you know, I mean, if they can make the process better, then that's fine. But like they're talking about fiber optics. I know, like in our area, AT&T, before they switched over to what was it? Now they go by freaking another company name. But before when they were AT&T, when they were laying down fiber optics in this area, for some reason they decided that we didn't need fiber optics laid down. So if we go through, it's Frontier. If we go through Frontier, they'll say on all these commercials that fiber optics is available in their services, but when you call up and you talk to them, you find out that it's not available here in my area, you know. And I'm pretty sure that's the way it is everywhere when you actually take time to check it out, because before they were doing copper wires, and I believe it was in the late 90s where there was a big push to set down fiber optics from one side of the United States to the next. So they had crews going out putting this fiber optics down, and there was a lot of good jobs during that time period through that effort. And then when they laid those big fiber optic lines down, that's when they branched off and they started going to areas like here, you know what I mean? But when they did that whole branching off, they just completely avoided this area altogether. So I can see where they're talking about when it comes to that, and latency when it comes to satellite internet. You know, that's where the big deal is. Also, a friend of mine within the vacuum, he likes to play music and on the internet, and I wanted to do a session with him and another friend of mine, Austin, where they were going to like jam out together, but the latency was so bad that they couldn't collaborate. You know what I mean? They couldn't hear each other's music in real time. So that's something that I noticed there. It's not just in gaming, it's an issue with people trying to collaborate with music and stuff of that in real time. It's not as great as what everybody's making it out to be, is what I'm saying. But to be fair, I don't have 5G. So if I had 5G, maybe I'd be cool. Like all these cool little gamers, you know, out there that just play their video games on these platforms, and they've got everything going on, you know. So I am finished with that topic. So I really want to try to make it at least over half an hour, which the recording is 32 minutes. Now, I made it there on the topic, and I'm gonna kind of go over some of the stuff that has been happening. I had a roadman competition, and I had some people that were interested in doing it, but like right at the last moment, every one of them backed out. So I win, you guys lose. Nobody gets any stream key. Competition is over. It's past the end of the month for October, so you guys go without, and I don't have to pay for a stream key for somebody to get for free. That goes back to what I said. You can't give anything away on the internet. People don't want things for free when it comes to the internet. It seems like they want you to say you can't have this so that they can steal it from you. You know what I mean? So I guess that's what I got to do. Instead of trying to give things to people for free, I got to tell them they can't have it so that they'll steal it from me. You know what I mean? And that's basically how it is. I might do another contest, but this is like the second or third challenge that I've put out there that nobody seems to freaking want to do. You know what I mean? So this pretty much is the end of it. I'm not doing that stuff anymore. Now, when it comes to home away from YouTube too, this makes my 14th stream. I've got freaking crap loads of interviews that I've already done on here from a lot of people, and I did enjoy the interviews, don't get me wrong, but I think I'm gonna have to call it quits on the home away from YouTube live streams. I could start up and do my gaming with Infamous podcast, but I don't know for sure at the moment. It all depends on where I want to go with it. To be honest with you, I'm getting really burnt out when it comes to video games. I've backed away from projects that I was doing with Rapid Glitch from Nostalgia Gaming Retro. I really am backing away from a lot of things. I'm not wanting to collaborate with anybody anymore. I'm probably going to start doing more when it comes to my my CGI and stuff like that. Maybe start doing some coding, because it's becoming an issue with me to where freaking, getting on here and being with people and streaming is fun, but it's not really fulfilling. You go through a lot of heartaches, you go through a lot of freaking emotional turmoil, and there's just so much shit going on where you just get really tired of it. And for me, that's probably what's going to end up happening. I'm going to back off more so that I can kind of do my own thing, start making some freaking animations and things of that nature, and see where it goes there. But I will be streaming. I have different channels and everything that I stream on, and I love gaming. Gaming is the first place where I actually learned how to do stuff when it comes to streams and even editing videos. This is where it all started, and I didn't start out with a halfway decent computer. I started out with a freaking potato, a toaster, whatever you want to call it. It was a shitty freaking computer, and everybody told me that I couldn't do it, and I did it. I didn't care what anybody said. I did it. I put these videos up, and they might have been crappy, but you know what? You try to get a video to stream or to even record on a crappy computer, much less try to go in and edit videos with just using an OBS and not having a computer strong enough to handle freaking like Blender or DaVinci, things of that nature. I remember I've done that plenty of times too. and it's not easy. And I did all that with freaking video games, you know, and I got a lot of shit from it. I learned from it though, you know. I learned how I could do this stuff, and it taught me stuff, even though it was what everybody considered crappy. So I still learned from it, and that's the one thing that I'm grateful for when it does come to gaming. Right now, I don't know what's going on with Home Away from YouTube. It's looking pretty quiet there. Like, there's very little activity, and I was hoping maybe we could get some people in here and do some interviews and roundtables and stuff of that nature, but there doesn't seem to be any interest. So for me, I think the best thing for me to do is to stop, you know, kicking a dead horse. You just, when it's dead, it's dead, you know what I mean? So just kind of let it go. Now, if I change my opinion later on, I can come back next year and do it again, you know. But I think I'm pretty done. I went over the dates and stuff, and this is still technically a part of the first year, so I made it to 13 or 14 videos. I was wanting to go check it out, but I have my live stream studio on, and I don't really want to go and check it. Here in a little bit, I will be coming out with more content and stuff when it comes to gaming. I'm still going to do my uploads. There's no way in hell I can actually give up on this stuff too much, and I'm backlogged on all the shit that I need to do. Like, I've still got videos that I need to upload that I've edited and gone through, so that's one thing that I do need to do. I just finished up on all of the retro games. I backed away from doing retro gaming with Nostalgia Gaming Retro. It's not anything personal or anything like that, but this goes back to, you know, the collaboration thing. When it comes to collaborating with other people, it should be a mutual effort. It shouldn't be, you know, it should be a mutual effort that both people want to do. It shouldn't be, you know, you do this for me, you do that for me, you do this for me. You know, it should be both of them doing it. And I think a lot of people who stream have a hard time with that, because they start thinking, well, I have this person working with me, they can do this for me, and all of a sudden this person's doing their work and none of their ideas are being done. And that was basically what ended up happening. And I don't want to be mean about it or nothing like that, but, you know, that's something that I had to learn the hard way, is like, when you get into collaborating with other people, you have to be careful, because there's people out there that'll take advantage of you. They will point blank take advantage of you just so that they can get what they need done, you know. So it's always wise to go in with your head on your shoulder and make sure that, you know, it's a mutual agreement that you're both going to do collaborations that you both want to do, you know what I mean? And that's one of the mistakes that I made, because I'd been doing that stuff for like 2.5 years, and none of my content was being put out, you know. So I walked away from that hoping to, you know, save my friendship with Rapid, you know. That it wasn't out of spite, it was to save our friendship, because, you know, it is an issue, and I've been mentioning it to him for a while, and it just, nothing was changing, you know what I mean. I wanted to do an arcade series on there, and he just took every single video I had and just took it down off the platform, you know. And that was probably the beginning of the end for me, because I was under the impression, that I made these videos and I put them, or I sent them to him, and he would stream them, and I had tons of retro games that just never got done. I don't think there was one single stream or one single video that I had freaking told him that I wanted to put on my videos that was put on his channel, and that's when I started catching on that, it was always, hey, do this, hey, do that, hey, do this, but it was never him saying, okay, I'm gonna put this on, because this is what I wanted. I didn't want to play freaking Mario Brothers. I hate freaking Mario. I hate Zelda. You know what I mean? And the only thing I did on there that I really enjoyed doing was freaking Elder Scrolls Arena, and that's because I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan. So I mean, and that's the reason why I did it, because I thought I think of him as a friend. I went ahead and I did those games. And it was good, to be a part of his Team Retro, but when it comes to making a decision between me wanting to do what I want to do and trying to help somebody else, then I have to think about it, because I don't want to sit playing video games 10 years from now. And still doing the same thing. I want to kind of grow and do more things. I've got other projects that I'm into right now that don't pertain to gaming, and it's just like with everything else. I'm going to back down off of a lot of this collaboration shit. I've learned my lesson. I've taken my beatings, and I'm going to be a little bit wiser with the people that I do collaborate with from now on. I mean, they're going to have to freaking break my legs, you know what I mean? But I'm just not jumping into it, so. And like I said, I hope the best for Nostalgia Gaming and Retro. It's a really great channel. It really is. If you guys want to watch some quality freaking retro games, go check him out. Rapid takes time and effort into his editing. He's probably one of the best video editors I know, and that says a lot, because I'm telling you, man, there's not too many people I call good video editors out there. There's people that just downright freaking don't give a shit. They don't even like editing videos. They'll just slap it up there, and he's one of those people that takes time and creates templates and makes an effort. Him and the Drew Gamer, those two are amazing retro gamers. Check those two out. So I have made it to 45 minutes and 35 seconds. I covered that. That was something that was needed to be discussed, and it's been lingering for a while, and I needed to say it, because we're both part of Home Away from YouTube, and I know that I know that me and Rapid has collaborated for a long time, and a lot of people that are on there know that, and they know that we've been working together, so maybe I need to fill in the blanks for it. But that's what happened there, and like I said, it wasn't to be mean, it was to save a friendship. Because me and him got into a freaking argument about 2 years ago that freaking I felt really, really shitty about, and I will never do that to him again. You know what I mean? I will never get into a conversation where we talk like that, because I really do think of him as a great person. He's just a butthole, that's and I'm a butthole too, so you can't have two buttholes in the same freaking room. They'll shit on each other. So Bob Dub wanted me to mention Mint Me. Okay, now Bob Dub, I am still doing the Mint Me thing. It's just I have been doing a shitload of stuff when it comes to other things. Like this is like the closing part of the year for me, and I had to get like videos, edited videos, like I was talking about. I had to get all the videos on every freaking channel I had up before the beginning of this month, because they were all needed to be done at the beginning of November. So I went through and I edited 2 months worth of freaking The Wonderful World of Weirdness, which has a video posted every day. Then Gaming with Infamous, I had to come in here and I had to do a few games too here. 2 months worth of videos, which has a video every day. I'm still working on Earth, as well as working on The Storyteller, and narrating. When you use the narrator and you have to go through and edit it, that is the most excruciating, painful thing that you can do. So I've had a lot of things that I've been working on, like going through John G's story, The Wallhouse Curse. I've been doing that. But on the bright side, for Halloween, I was posting that stuff on WLC at home away from YouTube, so I've got some views started on that, and a lot of people on the channel supported me and went in and subscribed. So I do thank you guys for that. That was really great, and your comments are awesome. Just so you guys know, Bob Dub was one of the people that I did freaking hummingbirds and bumblebees with, so we both worked on that all through the year. She had a show called Duality, and we went through and discussed things like duality and freaking the feminine and the masculine aspects and things of that nature. And that's what inspired hummingbirds and bumblebees, with a bit of sci-fi thrown in there too. So that's that just so everybody knows, that's one thing. And if you need anybody that freaking that you want to narrate your stories and stuff, contact her. If anybody wants to know how to get in hold with her, just let me know and I will send you guys contact information. So that is one thing that I do want to say too. My reading really sucks, so if I messed up on that reading and it was hard for you guys to understand, please get in the comment section and say something, okay? Because I am better at talking with people in the comment sections of the videos than what I am doing live stream. As a matter of fact, I love to talk in the comment section. Just ask frickin' Maxie or frickin' Detective Fallen. I'll sit and have like an entire chain of comments with them about video games and stuff, and I just love it. When I go on my buddy Jaffe's show, man, I'll be sitting there staring at the frickin' chat just so I can talk to people in chat while we're having the show, you know. So hit me up in the comment section. I like comments more than I like the thumbs up and the sharing, you know. I just love it. I love to have conversations in there. You know, I'd really love to say that I feel bad about leaving and not doing any more of these, but I really am not, you know. I love to live stream video games and stuff and talk on the games while I'm playing, but I haven't been able to do that because of doing other things, you know. So eventually I'll get back to my games, and the only reason why I live stream is so I can do the WLC. And that's it. I don't care about like people getting on and freaking getting tons of views. It's just so my buddies at home away from YouTube can watch them and make comments, because it's a watch, like, and comment, you know. But in trade, I have to watch horrible freaking videos from Rockstar 1969. This dude is obsessed with freaking simulator games, dude. I've got to watch freaking NASCAR and FIFA and Talladega shit, you know what I mean? And then he gets on there and he's from freaking England, and he's playing golf, and he whispers. He's the whispering man now. It's Rockstar the Whispering Man, you know. I'm like, oh dude, you gotta stop that, you know. And then he does the train simulators. That's the worst one. That is so bad. It is so horrible. The cool part is he's got his brother on there, and his brother is like 5 times cooler than he is, because he likes the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. You know, anybody that likes the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders is cool in my book. So, but yeah, go check Rockstar out. He's got a lot of good things going on. He doesn't cuss anymore. That's the only thing. He's turned into a gentleman. He doesn't get all mad and rowdy like he used to. Like, I don't understand that. So check him out. Check the Drew Gamer out. Check Drew Gamer and Nostalgia Retro Gaming. Those guys are good. Now Zach is the freaking king of them all, dude. He's Mr. Walt Disney World. Everything about Walt Disney. If you guys want to know anything about it, check him out on there too. He started collaborating with Rapid as well on the Nostalgia Gaming Retro, so he's got some games coming out on there finally. This is pretty much filling everybody in on the channel about what's going on there. I am doing my project with MintMe, where I've got my WoW coin, and I have been posting information about that token. I made the cryptocurrency. It's called the WoW coin, and you can find the information about that on MintMe. You can either just go to MintMe and check it out. It's called the WoW coin, or you can see the post on X, on my profile, or on my channel on X. If you guys are on X, then you already know, because I post like 5 million freaking things off of MintMe on there. And just so you guys know, okay, it is not a scam. I am a real person, and I am not trying to scam you into getting into cryptocurrency. I'm actually making videos and creating content and sharing it on there, and then sharing it on X. And just to let everybody else on X know too, the same stuff that's on there is the same stuff that I'm posting directly off of X. They're on scheduled uploads, and it's also the live streams that you're getting now. So it's not a matter of seeing content that you haven't seen before. It's just a matter of, if you're interested in helping support me in my project, then you're more than welcome to come in and help me. You know what I mean? Because what I'm wanting to do is create a cryptocurrency that helps content creators monetize themselves. You know, instead of having to go and pay to promote your videos, have a system set up to where you can promote it for free. If you eventually, if it works out, I can probably figure out a way to get it to where you can actually get cash from it, like you do with the other tokens. We've been talking about it, but it's a pretty big project. You know what I mean? And I've been doing this stuff with Bob Dub and Within the Vacuum, as well as Minds Gaming, and we've been going a lot of directions. So right now we are working on a project. I've got to get the name of it, but it's a game actually. I have it in my bookmarks. Yeah, it's Block Madness, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, I already said it before you put it in the messages, Bob Dub. But don't apologize. But yeah, I know you were being helpful, Bob Dub. But yeah, I'm not quite sure how that works out, but it's pretty cool. It's a it's going to be working through a blockchain like you do with cryptocurrency, but it's not actually currency at the moment. It's a work in progress. You know what I mean? Instead of there being RFTs, they're going to be virtual assets, and it's kind of like a mimicking of what blockchain is, but it's not blockchain. It's pretty interesting stuff. So, and like I said, it's just started out. It's work in progress, and later on, maybe if I do more streams of it, we can get into it more. But for now, I'm just going to leave it at that because I want to have better information on it and stuff. I was going to have Minds Gaming come on here and do an interview and talk about it and everything, but things came up to where he couldn't make it. So, yeah, maybe some other time, you know what I mean? So, I actually made it to 58 minutes and 21 seconds. And that's the way I wanted to do it because I knew this was coming up to, this is basically going to be my last of them. So I am going to go ahead and end this, and I hope you guys got something out of it because I learned absolutely nothing whatsoever. I mean, this has been like the most worthless freaking stream I've ever done in my entire life, especially with it being the last video game podcast for Home Away from YouTube that I'm going to do for a while. So so if there's any interest that does arise during the remainder part of this year, I might come back and like do interviews and stuff, but other than that, this is done. We're finished. I don't see any reason to go forward in it. And I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed